So my name's Bobby Simpson. I'm the manager here at Roebuck Wholesale Nursery. 3 separate divisions. We have the landscape, the maintenance, and the nursery that I manage. And we've been in business for about 40 years. So I started here in November of 22. And from then, that's kind of when we started realizing what our problems or our challenges ahead of us were. And we've tried small things here and there, but we were never getting traction. We were having a hard time finding a consistent go at it, really. We would have great months and then we would just fall short, and then it was just great months and just fall short. And what we're looking to do, and why we bring out you all on this, so our months can be more consistent and our profit can be a little bit larger. We know where we want to get to. It's just getting the steps in place to get there. The market's primed for growth, and we're in a position in our location in the upstate of South Carolina that we can play a key part in that growth. And what we want to do is be able to take advantage of that and see where we can excel. I think the first time I came across you was something on maybe Instagram or LinkedIn. Just started following you from there, seeing what you were doing, listening to the messages you were putting out. And that's whenever I decided, okay, we should try to, make something happen with this guy and see what we can do. It got presented to me end of 24, or if I was interested in bringing a consultant in to help with the nursery. And at that point, I've already watched your videos enough and seen your content enough that I thought, well, if there's anyone, Rain's probably the guy for us. I think it's kind of the doubts that most people have is like, is this change going to be too much? Or is my team going to be able to handle it? And also, just like how any other business mind has, it's like, is the ROI going to be there? Well, I think every layout's different, every nursery's different. You can't do this over a phone call. I mean, it's as much information as we gathered, as much conversations we had. Until you see the situation, you just don't know. I think having you come on and see, just maybe even the infrastructure changes we can make or the sales processes that we can make. Sometimes you just have to see it and talk and meet the people who are doing it to actually see how you can be moved or motivated. Being a manager, sometimes you can get kind of task driven and you see the problems, but it's hard to find a solution. And it helps to have that extra set of eyes to get out there and see it too. So it was nice to have someone not only confirm the problems that I saw, but also see other ways to handle it. So the biggest thing I think that we've accomplished is figuring out what sets us apart as a nursery. I think it really got dialed in while you're here at the actual location. You're seeing, okay, well maybe it wasn't quite as big of a problem as we saw it was, but maybe this is the problem we need to focus on. What we thought set us apart wasn't really what was the driving force of getting customers here. It was actually some of the stuff that we almost neglect sometimes because we think we got it figured out. And seeing where we actually stack up on that and realizing where we go, I think being able to figure out our value points is really going to help us succeed moving forward because we know where we really need to focus. No one likes change. It's part of our nature. We'd rather be able to stick with the same thing we always do. But seeing that the guys are willing to try new things and being comfortable thinking, okay, well, we can make this a little bit better. I think that speaks volumes, especially when you're in a situation like we are where the majority of our salespeople have been here 15 plus years. So it's nice to see that people are still willing to make that change and that it was presented in a way that they thought, we can do this. One of the results is actually just from talking with the guys as we're doing this, seeing where their mind is on the changes that could be happening.
Would you recommend Taproots and why?
Yeah, I think so. And the reason being is that when you're constantly task-driven, it's hard for you to see the whole picture sometimes. And being able to view the actual whole thing and having someone put eyes on it in a way that you didn't see it, it can really open you up to what you can make improvements on. That was the great thing about bringing you on, is just seeing where we really can make improvements to make us to the next step. It's all about getting to that next step, no matter what. Being open is what you need to do. We always want to safeguard ourselves. No one wants to, especially at first, no one wants to have their problems explained to them or showcased to them. And that's a lot of concern that you have, is that if you're dealing with a consultant, they're going to show all your problems, and then you got to figure out how to fix them. So that would be the key thing. It's like, be open about what you're struggling with, be open with what you're seeing, and look to the consultant as someone who is there to help you and help you move forward more so than they're there to help make you change everything. It's not about changing everything, it's about progress. And if you don't have the humility to handle that criticism or to see your problems, then you won't have the progress that you need. Just be humble and realize you don't have it all figured out. I think the skill set and what I've learned through dealing with you is stuff that, regardless if I'm here or if I'm at home or if I'm doing something else, it's all about processes and being able to apply those to what you're doing and making sure you can progress. And I think that's one thing that I realized the most, is that you definitely want to progress always. And so I think that would, even just that itself is worth hiring someone on.